guys, welcome to my channel. Lighting is great today, so I'm very happy about that. So today's topic is grieving yourself, specifically the self that you thought you would be. Okay, I want to talk about living with yourself first. This is a series on Netflix, and it has Paul Rudd playing Miles, who is a guy working at a marketing company, and he has a wife. Her name is Kate, who works as a realtor, and his life is quite boring, but not in a it lacks entertainment. It's just very redundant. He just feels stuck, like he woke up in this nightmare of a life that he feels like he didn't do enough to get to where he wants to be, to actually live his dream. He wanted to be a script writer, but he just couldn't because he just got married, and it's just sadness. You can feel how sad this storyline is, but it's not sad in a sense that he blames his wife or he thinks that he made a huge mistake. It's just that he wishes his life was better. So what happens? I love this series so much, and I'm putting you guys on, but I want you to watch, so I don't want to give away too much. Like this series is one of my favorite. It's like top 10, and yeah, it's dear to my heart just because of how unexpectedly dope it is. Like, it's very cool. It's a very cool series, and there's no violence or explicit sex, nothing like that. So I really like it. I enjoy it. So basically, Miles is just like tired of his life, and he sees how hype his co-worker is, and this co-worker of his, Dan, has never been like that. So Dan is like, hey, let me put you on. You wanna be lively again? You wanna be alive? You wanna be youthful? Let me put you on. I went to the salon. No, sorry. He went to a spa. He says basically he went to a spa, and then they did this thing on him. It's like radiology or whatnot, and then he woke up a new person. And yeah, basically you just have to pay the people, and then they do this process on you, and then you wake up feeling brand new, like nothing ain't ever happened. Like, you are free from trauma, you're free from fear, you can do anything. So Miles takes him up on this offer. He doesn't empty it out, but he takes a chunk of him and his wife's savings, and he goes to the spa. And then when he gets to the spa, everything is fine, but then there seems to be a glitch, and he doesn't know what that means. And there's a glitch. He wakes up, he's fine, he goes back home. But he also wakes up at a cemetery, and he's covered in a plastic. So he gets up from the cemetery, and then he just like slices the plastic. He's in a napkin, and then he heads home. And when he gets home, he finds himself there. But it's a new, better, improved, ambitious Miles. Like, he is a brand new person. So it just gets so interesting. And because now there is two of him, he can be everywhere at the same time. He can get to fulfill his dream and also go to his job and make the money, bring the bread home so that Kate can be happy, and they can like keep trying because they're trying for a baby. I feel like this series is not talked about enough because it speaks to how you can easily fall into depression and into this funk. I call it the funk, where you feel so stagnant and you cannot do anything because you feel like this is life and there's nothing you can do about it, and you just have to accept. But you don't have to accept everything. You can accept some of the things that are true and variables that you cannot change. But I just urge you to watch this because it will make sense to how it is tied to this video. I feel like this series was also bringing up the fact that we really can at any point improve and just look inward and be the persons that we are so scared to be because we think that this is the end. As long as you are breathing, as long as you can walk, you can talk, you are a fully able-bodied person, you can be and accomplish anything in life. So please watch it, please watch it, and please tell me what you think of it. And I feel like my beef with this whole thing is that not a lot of people know it. Not a lot of people in my life know this series. So I don't have anyone to talk to about it. I just want someone to talk to about it. This video was inspired by a post I saw on Twitter. Everyone was raging about it. So I had to find out what exactly it was about. And I saw slightly what the video was about as I went down the comments and just seeing what everyone was saying about the video, and I found it very intriguing. I went to the exact video, let's say the day afterwards. I went into the video on YouTube and it got me intrigued, and I was very happy that I came across this because it changed the way I saw things and just sort of encouraged my journey of finding my true self and what I truly want to do with my life. So the video was from a channel titled Goobie and Doobie on YouTube, and the title is I betrayed my true self in a way that's hurt me so bad I could not forgive myself for 22 years. And this video is 56 minutes long, but it's very worth it. At first I wanted to split it into 20 minutes per day, but then when I watched the first 10 minutes of it, I was hooked and I just decided to watch the whole thing. It is so worth it, and I do suggest that you watch it if you have time, and it will change the way you see things, and it will make you see how valuable time is and how valuable you are in terms of what you bring into this world. I will leave the video link in the description box so that you can watch it on your own, because I will just skim through the points that he made and make my own, but I will also try not to give away too much because I think that it is imperative for you to watch it on your own and make your own perceptions of what you think of it. So yeah, so firstly let me explain what the video is about. So this follows the creator's story, life story. His name is Jonathan. So Jonathan Jonathan is a surgeon, or he was a surgeon. He left his job, and he is talking about how a career decision changed the way or direction in which his life went. And looking back now, as he is in his 40s, it was not the right decision to make. But anyways, this is the story. So Jonathan, when he was younger, he had a chance to go to college, and in college he discovered that he liked ecology. He wanted to study ecology, which is the study of ecosystems, and in that he wanted to add philosophy and language, dramatic arts too. So he discovered that he had love for the arts and dramatic arts. He wanted to be an actor at some point. So he went back to his parents and he was like, parents, I want to do this. And then the parents were like, are you sure? They were not against it, but they were also not sure if this was the correct decision for Jonathan to make, to go into that field. And so they just sat him down to have this conversation. Are you sure? And we thought that you wanted to be a surgeon just like your dad. And he also got to thinking about this whole decision of careers, because with the whole surgery thing, there would be a certainty that he would make money for his family. But if he went on to do the arts, then there is no certainty that it will give him food on the table. And when he has a family one day, they will need that stability. So he went on to choose the route of being a doctor, just like his dad, because it's a safe bet when it comes to life. You don't know what's going to happen in life. So he went on to do that, and he became a surgeon for years. I think it's 22 years. Yeah, 22 years. I think that also includes studying off. I'm not too sure about that. But it's been 22 years of just doing this thing and lying to himself and saying, nah, he's okay with his life. He's making money and he should be happy. So screw everything else. Jonathan just went on with life, and he convinced himself that he's fine with the decision that he made, until one day he thought about it. If life would have been different had he made a different career choice, and if he was wrong for taking that direction. So it also brought up the fact that he suppressed his emotions a lot regarding this decision, and he would just be a mean person. He talks about how he would be mean to people because he wasn't happy deep down, and he would not trust himself in making simple decisions. So he would take time to make decisions and get very frustrated because he didn't trust himself. And he used alcohol, he used gaming, and he used his money to buy cars, to just make himself happy and feel this hole of not being what he wanted to be initially, and not being fulfilled with life itself. So he had to take a hard look in the mirror and understand that he was the problem, and that he needed therapy, he needed help out of this funk that he was in. Though he was making a lot of money, he wasn't happy. It did not equate to the life that he knew he was supposed to live. Basically, that is the summary of the video. He was an angry person, just suppressing all of these emotions in him. And now we had to face it and be honest about the fact that he was thoroughly disappointed in himself, and he felt like he betrayed himself by not making the right decision. But really, what is the right decision when it comes to this? And I don't really think that he made the wrong decision. It's just, I think because we're human, we are curious about the outcomes of, if I did this, would something else have happened for me? But there's no right or wrong decision. It's just that there is like, you just have to make that choice and you just have to live with it. But let me get into how this video from Jonathan inspired this video that I'm making today of grieving the self that you thought you would be. The incredibly difficult thing about this is that you can dwell in this thought of, I should have been this or that, but you'll never really know what the right answer is or what the right decision was supposed to be. So you just have to sit with yourself and think about the fact that you let go of something that means a lot to you, and then you have to live with that, or you have to make the choice to get out of that situation. Then I think that the next step is to ask yourself if you are truly happy with your decision. When you look in the mirror, are you happy with yourself? And are you making decisions for approval of others or self-acceptance? Can you truly look at yourself and say that I'm truly happy with myself and this is not about other people? And are you killing your true self to make those people happy? Also, the journey continues. So because it continues, you need to think about what you are taking with you going forward. And you cannot take everything with you. You just need to take enough for you to become what you want to become. And in economics, they say it is opportunity cost. They call it opportunity cost, where you have to give up something to get the other thing. So when you become an adult, then you have to make decisions knowing that time is not always on your side, and you have to take some things seriously so that you can get to your vision, and you have to drop other things that are less serious or have to do anything with your journey, so that you can have the correct amount of focus to get to where you want to be. At the end of the video, Jonathan poses a question. He asks, what is the middle? Which I feel like is a smart question. How do you please others and also please yourself? And it's very important because you can't just up and leave your job and then go for your hobby or your dreams. You have to think about the fact that you need to eat, you need to be clothed, and everyone else that will be affected by your decision. So he does say that he doesn't fully know the answer to that, but I feel like the video just gives you perspective on what your life can look like if you do not go for your dream, and how you have to be okay with that decision. You can't be mad at everyone for your decision. He cannot be mad at his parents or his partner or his friends or the fact that now he's a dad. He cannot do that. He has to look into himself and say that with this time that I have left on earth, what am I willing to do to get to that dream? And if you do nothing about that dream, you have to be okay with it, and you have to make peace with that. You cannot blame anyone else for the decisions that you make. So when this tweet was making rounds, people on Twitter were calling Jonathan a loser who had the money and the time which he used for gaming instead of doing poetry. I just want to point out that this would have been his career and not just a hobby, which adds more pressure for him to be exceptional at his craft. His issue was not time, but self-doubt. In closing, I want to bring up the fact that you do need to apologize to yourself for all the selves that you cannot be, because it will eat you up, and time will keep passing. You will grow older, and you will grow old, and you will ultimately be limited in terms of movement or resources and all these things. You will be limited, and you won't have the correct circumstances to go for your dreams. So you do need to apologize to yourself and make peace with the fact that things didn't go your way and so forth. So in closing, I just want to say that be okay with the decisions you make, and then also be mindful of where your time goes.
I think you if you know what you're supposed to do deep down inside. I think everybody does. And a lot of people just don't go after it. And like most people start out, they say, I want to be a this, but I'm going to get that to make sure I have something to fall back on. Yeah. And what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for failure, because you're going, there's a possibility that I'm going to fall back. And when you put that out there, then you fall back. But if you just say, hey, this is what I want to do, and you go do it, you usually get your stuff the way you want it, man.
Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.